Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 5, Book 59, number 314. Narrated by Abu Talha. On the day of Badr, the Prophet ordered that the corpses of 24 leaders of Quraysh should be thrown into one of the dirty dry wells of Badr. It was a habit of the Prophet that whenever he conquered some people, he used to stay at the battlefield for 3 nights. So, on the third day of the Battle of Badr, he ordered that his she-camel be saddled, then he set out, and his companions followed him, saying among themselves, "Definitely he, i.e. the Prophet, is proceeding for some great purpose." When he halted at the edge of the well, he addressed the corpses of the Quraysh infidels by their names and their fathers' names. "O so-and-so, son of so-and-so, and O so-and-so, son of so-and-so. Would it have pleased you if you had obeyed Allah and His Apostle? We have found true what our Lord promised us. Have you too found true what your Lord promised you?" Umar said, "O Allah's Apostle, you are speaking to bodies that have no souls." Allah's Apostle said, "By him in whose hand Muhammad's soul is, you do not hear what I say better than they do." Qatada said, "Allah brought him to life, again, to let them hear him, to reprimand them and slight them and take revenge over them, and cause them to feel remorseful and regretful." Volume 5, Book 59, number 315. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. Regarding the statement of Allah, those who have changed Allah's blessings for disbelief. 14.28. The people meant here by Allah are the infidels of Quraysh. Amra, a sub-narrator, said, "Those are the infidels of Quraysh, and Muhammad is Allah's blessing." Regarding Allah's statement, and have led their people into the house of destruction. 14.29. Ibn Abbas said, it means the fire they will suffer from, after their death, on the day of Badr. Volume 5, Book 59, number 316. Narrated by Hisham's father. It was mentioned before Aisha that Ibn Umar attributed the following statement to the Prophet: "The dead person is punished in the grave because of the crying and lamentation of his family." On that, Aisha said, "But Allah's Apostle said, the dead person is punished for his crimes and sins while his family cry over him then." She added, "And this is similar to the statement of Allah's Apostle when he stood by the edge of the well which contained the corpses of the pagans killed at Badr, 'They hear what I say.' She added, but he said, 'Now they know very well what I used to tell them was the truth.'" Aisha then recited, "You cannot make the dead hear." 30.52, and, "You cannot make those who are in their graves hear you." 35.22, that is, when they had taken their places in the hell fire. Volume 5, Book 59, number 317. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet stood at the well of Badr, which contained the corpses of the pagans, and said, "Have you found true what your Lord promised you?" Then he further said, "They now hear what I say." This was mentioned before Aisha, and she said, "But the Prophet said, now they know very well that what I used to tell them was the truth." Then she recited the holy verse, "You cannot make the dead hear," till the end of verse. 30.52. Volume 5, Book 59, number 318. Narrated by Anas. Haritha was martyred on the day of the Battle of Badr, and he was a young boy then. His mother came to the Prophet and said, "O Allah's Apostle, you know how dear Haritha is to me. If he is in paradise, I shall remain patient, and hope for reward from Allah, but if it is not so, then you shall see what I do." He said, "May Allah be merciful to you. Have you lost your senses? Do you think there is only one paradise? There are many paradises, and your son is in the most superior paradise of Al-Firdaus." Volume 5, Book 59, number 319. Narrated by Ali. Allah's Apostle sent me, Abu Marthad and Az Zubair, and all of us were riding horses, and said, "Go till you reach Raudat Kak, where there is a pagan woman carrying a letter from Hatib bin Abi Balta, to the pagans of Mecca." So we found her riding her camel at the place which Allah's Apostle had mentioned. We said to her, "Give us the letter." She said, "I have no letter." Then we made her camel kneel down and we searched her, but we found no letter. Then we said, "Allah's Apostle had not told us a lie, certainly. Take out the letter, otherwise we will strip you naked." When she saw that we were determined, she put her hand below her waist belt, for she had tied her cloak round her waist, and she took out the letter, and we brought her to Allah's Apostle. Then Umar said, "O Allah's Apostle, this Hatib has betrayed Allah, his Apostle and the believers. Let me cut off his neck." The Prophet asked Hatib, "What made you do this?" Hatib said, "By Allah, I did not intend to give up my belief in Allah and his Apostle, but I wanted to have some influence among the Mecca people so that through it, Allah might protect my family and property. There is none of your companions but has some of his relatives there through whom Allah protects his family and property." The Prophet said, "He has spoken the truth. Do no say to him but good." Umar said, "He has betrayed Allah, his Apostle and the faithful believers. Let me cut off his neck." The Prophet said, "Is he not one of the Badr warriors?" Maybe Allah looked at the Badr warriors and said, "Do whatever you like, as I have granted paradise to you," or said, "I have forgiven you." On this, tears came out of Umar's eyes, and he said, "Allah and his Apostle know better." Volume 5, Book 59, number 320. Narrated by Asad. On the day of Badr, Allah's Apostle said to us, "When the enemy comes near to you, shoot at them but use your arrows sparingly, so that your arrows should not be wasted." Volume 5, Book 59, number 321. Narrated by Abu Asad. On the day of the Battle of Badr, Allah's Apostle said to us, "When your enemy comes near to you, i.e. overcome you by sheer number, shoot at them but use your arrows sparingly." Volume 5, Book 59, number 322. Narrated by Al-Bara bin Azib. On the day of Uhud the Prophet appointed Abdullah bin Jubair as chief of the archers, and 70 among us were injured and martyred. On the day of the Battle of Badr, the Prophet and his companions had inflicted 140 casualties on the pagans, 70 were taken prisoners, and 70 were killed. Abu Sufyan said, "This is a day of revenge, for the day of Badr and the issue of war is undecided." Volume 5, Book 59, number 323. Narrated by Abu Musa. That the Prophet said, "The good is what Allah gave us later on, after Uhud, and the reward of truthfulness is what Allah gave us after the day of the Battle of Badr." Volume 5, Book 59, number 324. Narrated by Abdur Rahman bin Auf. While I was fighting in the front file on the day of the Battle of Badr, suddenly I looked behind and saw on my right and left 2 young boys and did not feel safe by standing between them. Then one of them asked me secretly so that his companion may not hear, "O uncle, show me Abu Jahl." I said, "O nephew, what will you do to him?" He said, "I have promised Allah that if I see him, i.e. Abu Jahl, I will either kill him or be killed before I kill him." Then the other said the same to me secretly so that his companion should not hear. I would not have been pleased to be in between 2 other men instead of them. Then I pointed him, i.e. Abu Jahl, out to them. Both of them attacked him like 2 hawks till they knocked him down. Those 2 boys were the sons of Afra, i.e. an Ansari woman.